Hey, this is Jimbo for Two Shots on a Barrel, and I'm hanging out with my buddy J-Bo.
What's going on, buddy?
Well, listen, I figured it was time that we tell everybody how much we appreciate you guys listening to Two Shots on a Barrel. We would appreciate also, J-Bo, if they would go out and review the show, give us some good constructive criticism. But honestly, J-Bo, we like 5 stars and just really good comments.
That's right. And if you could avoid doing it when you're really drunk, that would be a very helpful situation. You left a review for me on a page, and obviously you were 10 past where you should have been leaving that review. But yeah, just even if you have to lie, talk good about us, please.
Absolutely. We're available on all kinds of podcast platforms, including iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify. You name it, we are out there. The other thing, J-Bo, is we would love to hear from you. If you know somebody that would love to be on the show, you can always reach out to us, J-Bo. Tell them
That's right. We have an email, and we've had it for about a year now, but we keep forgetting to tell you we have it. It's twosshotspodcastshow@gmail.com. That's the number 2, twosshotspodcastshow@gmail.com. Please send us an email.
And I think the cool thing to tell everybody too, J-Bo, is we're very active out on social media. We've got a Two Shots on a Barrel group page on Facebook. You're also a TikTok guy. I didn't realize you were a TikTok guy, but we actually do TikTok, Instagram, and all kinds of
we're on everything. We're on everything. We're not really good at it, but we're on there. So get on there, laugh at our TikToks, and I'm sure I'll get Jim on a TikTok here before long.
All it takes is for one to go viral, J-Bo, and as crazy stupid as you are, it's probably going to happen.
It's going to happen. Either I'm going to get frostbit doing these TikToks, or we're going to have one go viral.
So we're excited about Two Shots. We are broadcasting out of our studios here in Main Street, Bourbon Country. It's a state-of-the-art studios where we're going to have many, many guests and many, many shows for you to listen to.
That's right. We're right here in the Pearl of Lebanon. Lebanon Health and Fitness in downtown Lebanon, Kentucky, just sideways of Rigetti's restaurant.
Make sure when you are on the Bourbon Trail, if you're staying in Marion County in Lebanon, make sure you come by. They have a state-of-the-art fitness center. It's really a all-inclusive center for whether you're men, women. They've got a place that your kids, if you're coming in for the Bourbon Trail with your kids, I have no reason to understand why you would be doing that. But in case you are, they can do it all right here at Lebanon Health and Fitness.
If you're only going to be here a day, they have $7 one-day fees to come in and work out all day long.
Yeah, so
can't beat it.
Anyways, with that said, we appreciate you listening to our shows, and without further ado, it's Two Shots on a Barrel.
Two old boys ain't much for working. 2 shots on a barrel, and they're talking about bourbon. Talking about a few other things that they don't know. If you've got a question, no need to ask. They don't have a clue, so raise your glass. Take a sip with the Bowl Brothers. Now it's on with the show. From the heart of central Kentucky, the bourbon capital of the world, it's Two Shots on a Barrel with your host, a couple of hot shots of their own. The Bowl Brothers.
What's going on, J-Bo?
What's going on? It's a little smoky in here today. What's going on? That Canadian fires are horrible.
It is,
Goodness
man.
Gracious.
It's made
in the studio.
Yeah, it's made its way into the studio for sure. You've hooked me up here, brother. This is a Rocky Patel A10. I don't know any of the details of this cigar, but
I only buy the best for you, buddy.
Yeah,
because I know a lot about cigars. You know that.
Yeah,
but that one was multicolored, so I was like, Jim will like that one.
I do like the idea that even though you don't have a humidor, you are at least putting your cigars in a baggie with at least a source of humidity. With your neat little, what do you call these little things? Humidity
I don't know,
control things.
It's little pouches.
Anyways, it's doing a good job. The cigar is nice and humidified, so kudos. Maybe one of these days we'll graduate you up to an honest-to-goodness humidor.
No, man, I'll just sit here and keep them in my liquor barn pouch and bring them in here occasionally to have a little smoke with you. You know I'm a big smoker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, big smoker.
So we had a great our last show with Newman Miller was a great show. We learned all kinds of fun things. Newman is an interesting character, and Mr. Tubbs, that was a week and a half ago. So we are getting closer to a brand new bourbon bar in Bardstown, Kentucky, J-Bo.
That's right. I cannot wait. We're going to be there. First ones, I promise you. I have the inside scoop. I have people all around that. What was it called? The tub laundromat?
It was an old, something.
So I have people all around it telling me when there's movement. So we're going to be there. Newman, we're watching you, buddy.
Yeah. The other place, not only will we get to spend some time with Newman at the new bourbon bar, Mr. Tubbs, later on in September, big event coming up, J-Bo.
Oh, the Bourbon Festival.
Yeah.
One of our favorites.
Yeah, so we'll have I know Newman said he will be there, as a lot of you may be listening into the show today will be there. There's limited opportunities for tickets still available, so make sure you, if you're interested, you better go out there now. It's kybourbonfestival.com. Kentucky Bourbon Festival, September 15th through the 17th, and Two Shots on a Barrel plan on being back there this year. Did you get your media credentials?
I possibly. It's submitted, so we'll see what happens.
Every once in a while, you need to check your email, J-Bo.
Yeah, I think I'm like 2,000 I need to check. So
instead of like out picking
apples,
Granny
Smith apples.
Yeah,
that was a good time last night.
Well, listen, we've got another guest in the studio, in the Two Shot studio today. This is going to be a lot of fun, I got to tell you. And we were talking to our guest. This show's got an opportunity to go a lot of different directions.
Right. Now, look, when this kid, still calling me kid, when I first married into the family, everybody told me that he was most likely to be the George that was in jail by the time he's 23. And look where he is now. I mean, it's just they were so wrong.
It's incredible. I go way back with this young man. My first recollection of our guest is Ham Days, whatever year it was. This guy was an instrumental part from way back in the Ham Days parade and the coordination thereof.
Really? I didn't know that.
This guy was involved with Richard Moraja. Always had this guy involved in the Marion County Country Ham Days parade. And that particular year, I was helping out and had the opportunity to drive the four-wheeler that our guest was on. J-Bo, introduce our guests.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, give it up for Alan George.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
The show is going in one direction. Down.
Your favorite band, that's right.
Oh, good stuff, man. You're actually the second guest we've had from Nashville. I don't know if you knew that. We're going to put you right up there on that same pedestal. Clarence Spalding, who lives in Nashville and has got all kinds of fancy places everywhere else.
Paul Childers.
Well, you're right.
Yeah,
Oops. So what? Third guest from Nashville. So Nashville's hot, but
one more and we'll have our Mount Rushmore going.
That's right. That's right.
That's an idea. We've got our big poster boards up in the what do you call that room over there?
The green room.
The green room.
Yeah, that's what Alan called it.
Where we have all of our elites on the posters, and that's an awesome idea. The Mount Rushmore of Nashville.
We can do it.
And you're number 3.
One more. Who's going to be the fourth?
Yeah.
We had to get to work on that.
Ricky Skaggs?
Ricky. Yeah, he's coming to town here in a couple weeks.
Well, maybe we could try to figure that out. Oh, Kentucky boy, right?
Yeah.
So, Alan George, what in the world has been going on in the world of Alan George?
Hey, awesome to be here. I think the world of both of y'all. Big fan of the show. Really glad of how far it's come, how far it's going to go. I've been living in Nashville for about 5 years, loving it down there. It's a hot city, one of the hottest cities in the country right now. We got 100 people each day moving in there, so it's diverse, it's growing. There's always something going on, whether it's 2 o'clock on a Tuesday or Saturday at midnight. Broadway is always bumping. Always a great show. Chris Stapleton, George Strait, they're here this weekend. Every artist comes through there. It's just a heck of a city to be in right now, and just loving every minute of it down there.
Now, you're a lot better fit in Nashville than that other gig you had there for a while. I mean, it was first of all, it was too far away from home, and we're so glad you decided to change directions. Where were you before this job in Nashville?
we were living on the West Coast. We were in Palo Alto. That's in the Bay Area, right south of San Francisco. We lived right on Stanford's campus, the most beautiful campus in the world.
What is it, like Fear the Tree or some kind
Fear
of...
the Tree.
Yeah.
So the tree isn't Stanford's mascot. The tree is the band's mascot. But people recognize it as a part of Stanford and the athletics department. Stanford's mascot is...
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't know, man. I only liked him because you were there.
Stanford. Daggone it, it escapes me.
the Cardinal.
Cardinal. Knew that.
That's why we block Cardinals out of our heads. So
That is true.
So people confuse Cardinals, Louisville,
Right.
with Cardinal, the color, out there at Stanford.
Oh.
Right there in the heart of Silicon Valley. Anyone and everyone is coming through Stanford and Palo Alto in the Bay Area. And I was out there for 8 phenomenal years. Moved out there from South Bend, packed up my car, didn't have a place to live, found 2 people on Craigslist on the drive from South Bend to California. I was probably between Denver and Salt Lake City. Called them up. They answered. They said they had a bedroom. Got to the Bay Area, pulled right in. Had never met these people before in my life. Amazing, amazing townhouse in this city called Mountain View, headquarters of Google. One roommate was one of the head engineers for LinkedIn. One was the head engineer for Google. For his summer job, he created Facebook Messenger.
No way.
Are you serious?
His Facebook profile is just pictures of him and Zuckerberg at New Year's parties and all else. And he's like, yeah, when I got out of school, Zuckerberg wanted me to come to Facebook. It's like, all right, well, that's pretty cool. Why don't you go? He's like, well, Sergey at Google just called me up, wanted me to come work for him. Sergey being one of the founders of Google. Office right next to him. These 2 people were the most unassuming young men you would ever meet. Both from India, went to Stanford, graduate school, got jobs right there in Silicon Valley. Drives a Honda Accord, just drives a everyday car. You would never know that these are some of the most talented people, not only in the Bay Area, but in the world.
Right.
And here I am,
Rooming.
kid from Kentucky, moving in with them, knowing nothing about their backgrounds. But, I mean, we just bonded. We really hit it off. We still stay in touch, 10, 15 years later. But that's just very emblematic of the type of experience you have in the Bay Area. No one has their own house. You're going to be rooming with at least 1, 2, 3, 4 people. You have no idea where they're from, their backgrounds. It's a very transient city with people moving in and moving out. The cost of living there was just outrageous. We were lucky enough. My then girlfriend, soon to be fiance, now wife, when she moved out there, we got a place right on Stanford's campus, which was subsidized by Stanford. But market value is going to be at least twice what we paid there. And to give you a little perspective, we had a 700 square foot apartment on Stanford's campus, subsidized by Stanford. And we were paying extraordinarily more out there for that rent than we do for our mortgage down in Nashville.
Jeez.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, Jim, there's one time they have a big football game out there. Am I correct? Or you were in a big football game? Was it the Rose Bowl? Was that it?
They do have the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
But when you talk about big game, the rivalry game between Stanford and Cal is the big game.
The big game. Well, look, one of the big games was on TV. Stanford was playing. And I was like, Mick Joe, I want to see how much Alan really loves me. I'm going to call him right now and see if he answers, because I knew you were on the field somewhere. Sure enough, man, he answered the phone. I said, dude, steal me a hat. And he said, you got it. And I got my hat still in the man cave at the house, man. You should call him up, get your Rose Bowl hat sometime. He loves me. He loves me.
Yeah, listen, only one of us go back to Marion County Country Ham Days parade coordination.
He'll get you a Ham Days hat, I promise.
Yeah. So I got to tell you, though, this trip from South Bend, going out there, moving in with a couple guys you did not know, creating a bond that's truly lasted for the years. None of that surprises me with you.
No.
I mean, I got to tell you, here's one thing that when people say Alan George, of course, Alan truly, and I don't mind saying this, I don't tell him out a lot, but Alan's dad Dennis and I have been close friends for years. and Dennis is one of my closest friends. But I tell people when they ask about Alan, Alan's one of those. You're one of those guys that, honest to goodness, you could sit down and talk to all the way from Mark Cuban, Joe Biden, pick your whoever you want to pick, all the way down to somebody that's just sitting on a street corner, and you are going to be able to carry on a conversation, and you're going to be able to relate to that person. There's not many people that have that gift like you do. You've always had that gift. Where does, I mean, do you see that like we do?
I mean, I think you just described my father to a T right there, right?
He can do that as well.
He can talk to anyone at any time. I appreciate you queuing up Mark Cuban. I did have a great conversation with him back in April.
Nice.
His daughter is a freshman at Vanderbilt. We were actually at an event down in Dallas. Got to meet him, spent quite a bit of time with him. Tremendous human being. You talk about someone who's down to earth, unassuming. That's Mark Cuban right there.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents are polar opposites in many regards. I like to think that I, have characteristics of both. And I think growing up here in Marion County, just my upbringing here, just a lot of humility and appreciation for different people in different walks of life. And living in Mexico when I was in school, I was with a single mom and her 5 kids. And I didn't speak a lick of Spanish. They didn't speak a lick of English. And I think that process was very transformational for me. Like, it humbled me to no end. Like, I was a cocky athlete coming out of Marion County, and you go to center, and it's just a humbling experience. Like, it's going to take you down a few notches. Being in Mexico took me down to the ground level, and just thinking there is much more in this world than getting great grades and having all the money that you can strive for, and getting that dream job there. Like, I just learned just to be happy where I was, living in the moment. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
Like, you can only control what you can control, and I think that really recalibrated my approach to interacting with people and to what I wanted to do with my life. It wasn't about a 5-year plan or 10-year plan. It was about a 5-minute plan or a 10-day plan. Like, just trying to live in the moment, being extremely grateful for who's around me and who I surround myself with. It all comes back to the roots here in Marion County, though.
Yeah, I never thought he would ever get out of school, because when I first got married, Alan was young, and then we get going. He's in college, and he's in college some more. And then I asked Mick Joe, "What's Alan doing?" He's still in school. So how many years did you spend in college life? I know you went to Center, but you did a little more after that, right?
I spent 4 years at Center, and then I took summer classes at Kentucky following my senior year at Center. Got the required numbers of credits to graduate, and actually went back and walked with that next year's senior class. If I'm going to go to Center, if my dad's going to work hard to put me through there, I'm going to let him see me walk across that stage and get that diploma. So 4+ years at Center, and then 2 years of graduate school at Western Kentucky. One of the only jobs in athletics I applied to coming out of Western Kentucky after getting my graduate degree was at the University of Notre Dame. I also interviewed for a job at Farmers National Bank.
Nice.
You know what? I remember that.
So for me, it was either going to go in one or two directions. I was going to pursue a career in athletics at my dream school, my dream job at Notre Dame. I was going to come right back here in Lebanon, Kentucky, and I would have been as happy doing that as I am right now where my career is taking me.
You were just so happy in college. I just thought that you were just going to stay there forever because, you were just living your, the best life.
I was going to be Tommy Boy.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I've loved you since I started dating my wife. You were my guy in the George family. You were the dude. Everybody said to watch out for your dad. So I was on. I didn't have a problem with your dad. I didn't have a problem with him at all. He's not as tough as he thinks he is.
He's actually a big teddy bear.
He is a big teddy bear.
He honestly is. The other thing, Alan, that I tell people, and so it's full disclosure, I talked about riding or driving the four-wheeler, but really when truthfully you and I kind of come together on a fuller scale was when I was coaching at St. Augustine, and I was coaching some kids. Your dad would come up there knowing that his kid Alan was going to be moving up in the ranks and playing at St. Augustine. And your dad saw that this coach that was up there wasn't getting the job done. He has a conversation. Somehow he and I join forces. We become salt and pepper, and truly, day and night. But we created a pretty cool partnership in coaching, and that's how you and I kind of really came full circle with getting to know each other. But I remember telling people, and your dad and I talk oftentimes, usually once, twice a week at least, and the conversation that's come up many, many times is you've done so many things in your life, whether it be you talked about Notre Dame, getting your start there, going to Stanford University, heading to Vanderbilt University, and a lot of other things in between then. But you've had so many things that you could have been pretty daggone cocky about it. You could have, you've already mentioned the humility, but you had a lot of reason to stick your head up, and every time, I don't care when it is that I've seen you and talked to you and whatever, you're the same Alan George every time. Every time. And I tell people that. He's got every reason to, you know what I'm saying? He's got every reason to be cocky.
He's just a good old boy.
And that's not. Is that come back? I mean, you mentioned Marion County, you mentioned your family, but you've always been that, and you never changed. What, I mean.
Yeah, it's
just, he was born that way. It was.
Yeah, like I see myself being no different than anyone else. I just happen to be in different experiences or environments, or maybe have different opportunities. I mean, to me, it's, I put my shoes, my pants on just like anyone else. I have.
Maybe it's that Lebanese blood.
Watch out for that Lebanese blood.
That's right. That's right.
That'll get you. That'll get you. Coach Reed, we go back a little further than just, you coaching me in middle school. I was there for one of his first dates, if not the first date, with his now wife.
He
Sharon.
He was. Wow. Absolutely.
I was chaperoning.
Executive in.
I like it.
Executive in Louisville.
And then,
team. To ensure that the kids stayed in their rooms, we put tape on the doors. Kids probably should have put tape on my door.
Oh.
About the University of Kentucky basketball game.
Yeah.
That was one of the first ones.
Yeah. All right, so listen. Obviously, I see where we're going with this, J-Bo. I'm painting Alan as this, this, and he is a great dude. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yes.
But make no mistake about it. I know and knew of the mischievous side of Alan George as well. I tell people this too. You mentioned your mom and dad, and I tell people this. Alan has enough of his dad, but most of his mom.
Yes.
To keep him out of those, as you would call, scoundrel situations.
Right. Enough of my mom to offset the scoundrel qualities of my
That's funny.
That's it.
So I want to talk a little bit about your St. A days, because I know we had some fun times back in those days. There's a lot of stories we could tell about those days. Okay. One is at St. A, back at that time, your dad was the kind of a little more, if you're looking at the coaching scale, kind of a little more like a Bobby Knight type of disciple. I mean, he was a no nonsense, yes sir, Coach George. You don't call me Dennis. You guys would dress nicely when you went to games. I mean, he ran a tight ship. But he was difficult on all players. He was hard on all players.
And refs.
But there was no player that he was more hard on than his son.
Really?
He knew I could take it.
One day, oh God. This makes me sick thinking about it right now. So we're in practice, and Justin Hamilton picks up a basketball, and it's got this big freaking honker on it. It was nasty. So, of course, Justin, nasty! Alan! So, Coach George stops practice, and he says, gives Alan hell, right? Some of the spit and the whatever else didn't stay on the basketball. It happened to be on the floor as well. Oh. He made Alan go down on all fours. I thought he was going to make you lick that crap up, Alan. I mean, you got down to a whisker. I mean, am I remembering that right? You didn't actually have to lick it up, did you?
You're going to make me sick.
I'm serious.
All right. Going back to the mischievous smile. It's good acting right there. I probably led on, and they probably thought that I was licking it up. Didn't get close to it. Didn't get close to it.
That's disgusting.
Close enough to let them think, oh, man, Alan, that's disgusting. How could you? And then 20 years later, everybody still thinks I licked it up. But you know what?
Didn't happen.
Nope.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Jeez Louise, fun show. Okay, we say we take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll spend some more time getting to hear some good stories with Alan, and who knows what we're going to get into. But there's a lot of other things. In fact, I've heard Alan may be one of the few folks that have had an opportunity to visit Cuba in his life. So maybe
doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, so maybe we can talk about that in a few minutes. In addition to, he's a family man now. Kind of some new things going on in the career atmosphere that we get to talk about. But so far, so good on this show. And the cigar's good, J-Bo.
You got it, brother.
Yeah. So more Two Shots on a Barrel coming your way right here. All right, so J-Bo, I found out the older you get, the more kids, as your kids grow older, you suddenly have a damn fleet of vehicles.
And the both of us, man, we can tell you all about it. We both have brand new 16-year-olds hitting the road. So let me tell you how often we're visiting Big Old Tires these days.
And it's important when you got your 16-year-old out on the road, you have good tires.
Oh, absolutely.
And the place to go, we know, is Big O Tires of Lebanon and Bardstown.
That's right. Billy Taft has been doing this a long, long time. If you want advice on getting the perfect tire for the perfect vehicle, go to Billy Taft first at Big O Tire.
And not only can they supply you with some great tires, they also can do oil changes, brake work, you name it. And here's the cool thing that really impressed me when I visited Billy Taft and Big O Tires the last time. That dude is customer service extraordinaire. Absolutely.
He's been like that as long as I've known him. I've known him a long time. He's a great guy, just like off the court than he is on the court. He's just A+, and I love that dude. He's really, really genuine, and he knows his tires. And if you're having problems, let's say this weather's crazy, okay? It's raining a bunch. Go in there and let him put new windshield wipers on your car besides going and trying to do it yourself. I'm speaking by experience here, Jim Reed. It's a terrible, terrible thing to do, putting wipers on yourself.
No. Big believer in Big O Tires of Lebanon and Bardstown, right here in the heart of bourbon country. If you're in for the bourbon trail, your car kind of messes up on you, go see our friend Billy Taft.
Pit stop, it's all it is. Pit stop, you're in and out, and off to the next distillery.
There you go. Big O Tires of Lebanon and Bardstown, a proud sponsor of Two Shots on a Barrel. All right, so one thing we've learned on Two Shots is it's important to know where to go when you need a good attorney, Joe.
Yes, sir. It's very important nowadays. We've had to get one of our own here lately, and we got the best in the business.
We absolutely do, and we found out one morning when you go visit Don McCauley, you better enjoy bourbon and stick around for a while. Because not only is she very good and an expert attorney, she also knows her bourbon.
She does know her bourbon, and she knows where to get it, and she will not tell me where the secret stash is located. But that's okay.
But she'll bring out many of the unicorns that she has in her house, and we enjoyed spending time with her. But on a serious note, we know that folks listening out there need to have good legal representation. Don McCauley.
Don McCauley, you are right. 144 West Main Street in Lebanon, Kentucky. Her phone number is 270-692-0684. If it's legal anything, she will take care of it. She will be there for you, and she will be the voice that you need to get through this situation.
We're talking real estate law. We're talking business law. We're talking anything criminal related, divorce, you name it, bankruptcy, any of those things. Don McCauley can take care of you.
If you're nervous and you just don't know which way to go, if you need that voice, call Don McCauley. Once again, 270-692-0684.
Yeah, good stuff right here in Bourbon Country. Don McCauley, Law Office of Don McCauley. Thanks.
Marion County Trail could be the best value in bourbon-themed travel in Kentucky. You'll experience one of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail's crown jewels, one of the Bourbon Trail Craft Tour's top-rated stops, and something you can't find anywhere else. Organized tours of a bourbon barrel manufacturing facility, all in one place. It's the Marion County Trail. Take your time to tour, dine, shop, and stay all along the way. Explore world-famous Maker's Mark, a hot ticket item on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Limestone Branch Distillery, home of world-famous Yellowstone bourbon, and one of the top-rated stops on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail Craft Tour. Kentucky Cooperage, the sprawling plant where the thriving bourbon industry's barrels are hand-built and seared with fire for bourbon aging flavor. And Lebanon, home of wonderful dining opportunities from home-cooked to chef-driven. Unique shopping opportunities, nowhere else to be found murals for your selfies, and overnight accommodations that range from traditional to bed and breakfast to bourbon-themed. Go to visitlebanonky.com for more details. Lebanon Tourist and Convention Commission, 270-692-0021.
Tired of paying rent? Do you dream of owning your own home? Now's the time to make that dream a reality. Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Have you outgrown your current home? Need more space? Or just the opposite? Are you looking to downsize? Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Whether buying or selling, now is the time. Call Lisa, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns Realtor, Exit Realty Bluegrass, 270-402-4036. Call or text Lisa Kearns, the helpful agent.
All right, back to Two Shots. Don't forget, Kentucky Bourbon Festival, September 15th through the 17th. KYBourbonFestival.com. Limited tickets are available. It'll be your opportunity to really take part in a cool environment. And is like last year, first year, was your ticket, all the bourbon you can taste. And the last count, I want to say it was like 50 some odd distilleries that will be represented.
Way too much bourbon for one. But you know, Bourbon Festival is all about bourbon. It was a little warm last year at the Bourbon Festival. We had a shade tree, so we had a shade tree.
I think you brought a fan, didn't you?
But when you go in there, you gotta pace yourself. You just can't go. I gotta try it all in the first hour because that lady out front of the main entrance didn't make it past the first hour. She hit it hard, and then she was finished for the weekend. Yeah. I would say.
No, you can't do that.
You got to go slow and enjoy it. They give you a little glass when you walk in. Use it all day long. Go to each booth and drink away. But you got to pace yourself because there's so much bourbon. It's just unreal. But speaking of bourbon, thank you, Alan, for your gift. The 2 shots today, the Maker's Mark bottle. We appreciate you.
Hey, reliable. I tell people Maker's Mark, it's like a home-cooked meal by Mama.
That's right.
You can go out and get great steak, go to Michelin star restaurants, but you're always going to compare it to what your mama fixes back home. And usually you always take your mama's home cooking over anything else that's out there. And to me, Maker's Mark is home. It's the bar that you judge everything else by there. And no matter where I go in the country, in the world, everyone knows Maker's Mark.
Well, now you need to come home more often because we have some other choices here as well that is home. Jefferson's, for instance. Yeah. We have Limestone Distillery with Yellowstone is home now. And a bunch of other ones popping up, aren't they, Jim?
Well, you got, obviously, Diageo pumping out juice.
Oh, yeah, Diageo. Right by your daddy's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we need you home more, man.
Hey, you bring me home, I'll bring you bottles.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So when you're out and about, I mean, it's obviously you meet new people, and probably the conversations at some point comes, hey, well, where were you? Where were you from? And Kentucky comes back. I mean, do you get an opportunity to kind of talk a little bit about Marion County, Kentucky, bourbon, those types of things?
Always. And you got to know your audience. Is it someone in the sports world who's going to talk Kentucky Louisville basketball?
Yeah.
Is it someone more on the international scene where they just know Kentucky Fried Chicken? Is it someone more on the entertainment scene where maybe they've been to Derby, been on the Bourbon Trail, but all roads lead right back to Marion County and Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
Locally, I tell people from Marion County, they know my last name is George, and the question is, well, are you kin to Elmer George?
Yeah.
I got to be on my toes for that one. I'm like, all right, this is going to go one of two ways.
Yeah.
I really got to read the room right here.
That's great.
It was really beneficial in college having the same name as a judge up in Versailles, Alan George.
Now, how often did you throw around Halim's name growing up and also in college? Because he was pretty influential also.
It circulated a lot more when the Cornbread Mafia book came out, but everyone in college, their parents had a tie to Marion County. They all came through Club 68 at some point. They all knew about, Halim and, Friday, Saturday nights in Marion County. So, I mean, there probably wasn't a single person that I met through undergrad and graduate school that didn't have a tie right here to Marion County.
Awesome.
So, you talked about the two choices you had. It was Farmers National Banker. You were going to go into, athletics. Notre Dame was the start, on to Stanford, then to Vanderbilt University. Now things have kind of navigated even a little different. Is that what I'm hearing?
Vanderbilt is an incredible institution with the best value proposition of any school in the country. Best academics in the best conference in the best city. And that's something that a Notre Dame, a Stanford, a Duke, a Northwestern, Alabama, Florida, no one can hold a candle to that. And now in this era of name, image, likeness, just a great opportunity to capitalize on all things that Nashville has to offer for its student athletes. So in the last several months, made the transition from working in college athletics to helping launch and now working for the Vanderbilt Collective. It's the Anchor Impact Fund. So we raise money to compensate student athletes for their name, image, likeness, but in return, they're promoting local charities and organizations through their social media channels to bring awareness to these incredible nonprofits who are doing wonderful things in the Middle Tennessee community. So we're a nonprofit. Dollars that come in go straight to the student athletes. We just want to kind of put that feather in the cap of their student athlete experience. They're getting the best degree in the best city, in the best conference, and now they're able to make a difference in their community. And then kind of during that period of transition of getting the collective launched, also had a great opportunity to continue doing the PR communications on the NASCAR side. So Speedway Motorsports, we own 11 racetracks throughout the country, one right there in Nashville. So it's just been an awesome opportunity to transition from college athletics and do something that's just remarkable on the national scale working with these drivers and their teams and the community and kind of putting on a great event for Nashville. But then I also get to be involved with college athletics.
So best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds, directly with the student athletes. And for this chapter of my life, it's just a great opportunity and something that I could not pass on.
Fantastic.
How did this NASCAR thing come about?
It's just they had an opening. We had some conversations. Never imagined myself working in racing or on the NASCAR side of things, but just an incredible sport. The drivers are so accessible compared to college and pro athletics. I mean, you can go, right into pit row, right into the garages. I mean, they're just so down to earth and so approachable. And in racing, you're dealing with people from no collar to white collar. Mm-hmm. So you really get to push yourself on, how you promote a race, how you, are able to work with media, the type of outlets that you engage with. Like we're engaging with media and fans and everyone from across the world, and it's just an incredible experience and really pushes me and my limits and something completely foreign to what I've done for the last 20 years. But just an incredible opportunity. And in Nashville, we have a speedway right downtown. It's the old Fairgrounds Speedway. It's one of the oldest speedways and tracks in the country. And so we're in the process now of trying to, acquire and renovate that venue to bring a race right in downtown Nashville. And think of how cool that could be. Like when you have the country music stars and the entertainment and all those options that are going down in downtown Nashville. They're building the new Titan Stadium. They're going to have a Super Bowl. They're going to have a Final Four. They're going to have the All-Star games there. And to have that crown jewel of racing right in the middle of it, I mean,
game over.
It's going to be phenomenal for Nashville.
Now, that racetrack there that you just mentioned, they used to have fanfare right there on that track where all the country music stars were going, doing their shows. And I was on Montgomery Gentry's bus once, and
at the time you
watching Joe Diffie
from the drunk and
forgot
everything.
Yeah, that happens a lot, but this was a different time, and that's the night that Mickey Joe and I started. Pretty much our first date was that night.
There you go
at that racetrack. So, man,
awesome, full circle.
Can you believe that?
It all comes full circle.
Seriously, that's where the ball started rolling too.
I thought y'all were like line dancers or something.
Yeah, but we started the stars aligned that night. It happened right there at the Joe Diffie concert.
Thunderstruck.
Yes.
Was Santa's Pub involved?
You know what? I just know there was a lot of Jim Beam from Eddie Montgomery on that bus, and that's all I remember from that night.
So
don't remember much.
Right across the street from the Fairground Speedway, it's a little bar called Santa's Pub. It's a double-wide trailer. It's decorated.
I've heard about that place.
Decorated like Christmas year-round.
Really? I got to go there.
Pretty much all they have is a refrigerator behind the bar, and they got Pabst Blue Ribbon back there.
Another connection to the George family. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
PBR.
Yeah, man. We got all. Freddie used to love the Pabst Blue Ribbon. He used to drive for him, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, man, when you're in Nashville, you've been in Nashville for a while. Tell me where Alan George goes to hang out. I need to know because mine is Robert's Western World. Love that place. Little honky tonk. So where's Alan George? Where do you go when you can get away from the kid for a few hours? Where do you go?
I'm at the golf course. But when I'm not at the golf course, my favorite honky tonk downtown is the Stage.
Stage is awesome.
There's a little spot. It's like an elevated platform on the main level. I mean, I go there.
Love that place.
That's my spot right there.
Yes.
Love the Stage. I mean, you can get, obviously, great barbecue. Martin's, Edley's is right in our neighborhood. Peg Leg Porker right down the street. Within a 5-minute radius, I can get, anything I want in Nashville, which is dangerous. I tell my wife, hey, I'm going to go to the store, grab some groceries, and 45 minutes later.
Where are you?
One, I'm coming back, and two, she's like, I got supper ready. I'm like, I'm not hungry. I'm good.
What's your go-to place to if you want to get an Alan George type of meal? What's your go-to? I've got to go here in Nashville. This
is going to throw you off. I love ramen. I live in the Bay Area. The Best ramen in the world out there. Never had any until I got to Nashville.
Really?
It's a restaurant, Otaku Ramen, which is right down the road from me on Charlotte Avenue. I probably had it 2 or 3 times a week for 6 months.
Nice.
It was the best and worst thing I've ever done, but just incredible ramen, incredible food. Nashville, it doesn't have a lot of ethnic food. It's very American, very one note, but it's elevated American in many regards. Barbecue, I really can't tell you the difference between good and bad barbecue. I just know if it tastes good or not.
Right. Yeah.
All this competition between Nashville barbecue and Memphis and North Carolina and Texas.
Can't do it.
If it's good, it's good.
It's kind of like bourbon.
Yeah, a lot like bourbon.
Yeah.
You either like it or you don't. Moved on to the next.
All right.
Go ahead.
When you come down to Nashville, after you watch Kentucky and Vanderbilt play in Memorial Coliseum, what are you doing down there?
He's going to nap. What are you talking about?
Hell, I'm getting in the truck and it's time to go to sleep.
I told you.
For a little pit stop down on Broadway?
No. Actually, when kudos, just so you know, Alan hooked us up, a couple years ago with some Vandy, Kentucky tickets.
Dang, man, I'm family and I don't even get that stuff.
Nice enough.
Ask and you shall receive.
Nice enough that Alan came by looking very nice. Suit, tie, I'm talking first class. Had an opportunity to speak to him. That was awesome. Before we went to the game, we stopped at we went to Broadway, had a couple of beers. Actually met the singer, believe it or not, the singer that afternoon was some gal who was originally from Casey County, Kentucky.
Really?
And was residing in Nashville, Tennessee. So we had a good time. But no, Alan, listen, when you get to this point in time, it's kind of like, when the show's over, we're going home.
That's it. Now, Alan has to dress up because he's hanging with the likes of Pippins and Stackhouses, and, you just got to be ready.
Football game day is always wearing a bow tie.
I remember, yeah.
Started that at Notre Dame, and that was my homage to Kentucky. And every football home game day at Notre Dame, I treat it like the Derby. This is my Derby. And then as I went on to Stanford and Vanderbilt, home, road, always wearing a bow tie. Every game wore a bow tie. So when people saw me without a bow tie, they're like, "Where's the bow tie?" I'm like, "It's a Tuesday." I'm not just showing up to the office wearing a bow tie today. But no matter where I was, no matter what stage of my career, that was always my reminder of don't forget your roots, don't forget where you came from, and just always proud to wear those bow ties on game days. And also because of my role, a lot of people are looking for you. The game's over, you got to grab the head coach, you got to get him to TV. People were like, "Where's Alan? What's going on?" Just look for the guy with the bow tie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look for the guy with the bow tie.
All right, which is a nice segue to you having an opportunity in the positions that you've been in, whether it be at Stanford or especially at maybe Vanderbilt. But you've had an opportunity to meet a lot of folks, whether it be with ESPN or some of those. What's the general? I don't know. What is the general feel for the Jay Billises of the world? Maybe I don't know if you've ever had any interactions with Aaron Andrews or maybe Katie George, a cousin of yours who now kind of, I guess, with ESPN, but more of the ACC type of. But what are some of those memorable moments you've had with some of those kind of folks?
Yeah, never judge a media member by their Twitter account. It can be pretty spot on in some cases, but in many cases, they're personalities. So what you see in the public space, isn't truly who that person is. And so being able to engage with them when the cameras aren't rolling and the lights aren't on, you really get to see a different side of them. I was an intern at Notre Dame. We had college game day come in for Notre Dame versus UConn basketball. I was Aaron Andrews' escort throughout the day.
Nice.
By the time she was on campus, first-class human being. Incredible to work with. She needed coffee, got the coffee. She needed stats, got the stats. She needed to get through the student section, got her through the student section. very appreciative, just first-class individual.
Check. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we got you.
But you also get to engage with Brent Musburger, who comes to watch practice, and you're like, hey, look, like you can't talk about what you see at practice. You know, it's very, very taboo. You come and watch it. You can kind of refer to some things during the broadcast, but like when you watch that Rose Bowl in 2015, he's saying verbatim, like, they practiced that play, executed it perfectly, and you're like, Brent, like,
stop it.
Come on.
So you can't do that?
I mean, to some degree, you can make light references, but for the most part, it's just a gamesmanship, sportsmanship thing where like what you see in there is very, very private and protected, because some of these coaches are extremely protective and sensitive of who is watching practices, whether it's on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
So you were the guy that has to convey that message to the media.
You bring the media in. Here's your ground rules. Here's what you can report. Here's what you cannot report. They'll see people, quarterbacks with a cast on, or a running back with the sling, or a player who's sitting out practice. Sometimes media will come in, they'll see that, and then an hour later you see that line move a little bit. So you just have to be on your toes, protective, cautious at all times. Wow. You bring up Katie George, rising star from day one. We knew she was going to be successful in this industry. And now with my transition of roles and not being in college athletics day in, day out, I'm going to hit up Katie for a job, saying, hey, Katie, you need a spotter on the sideline. You need some muscle there to get you through that student section. Be right there. I would love to be able to work with Katie. She was on the crew last year with Joe Tessitore, who's one of the most accomplished broadcasters in the game. Did Monday Night Football, does boxing, does college football, pros pro. Lee Corso, like he wanted all the notes faxed to him. Different broadcasters all have their different quirks, the way they want information, the way they want to talk to a student athlete. They may just say, hey, I just need to talk to Christian McCaffrey for 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes with Christian. Or they may say, I need an hour with Katie Ledecky. I'm doing all this prep work. Give me this time. And so you kind of have to be that gatekeeper of what's best for the student athlete here, but also, what's going to be best for the broadcast. Like we want to get this message and this story out. So how do you balance those two worlds there?
Wow.
Don't forget, these are like 20-year-olds who are in school at very highly regarded academic institutions. There's a lot more going on in their lives besides that ball game. Mm-hmm. So it's amazing. Before a game, you may see someone reading a textbook in the locker room, or the game's over, and they're like filing a paper to get it in before midnight on a Saturday, for a midterm. Just seeing what they're doing day in, day out, and then performing athletically at a very high level, it makes you feel like, oh man, like it's motivating and inspiring, but you're also like, I never could have done that when I was 20 years old.
No.
You got a question you want
Go right ahead.
because this, you mentioned the two ways you could have gone, and you went toward athletics. You've kind of...
I was only going one way. George Praggins, I love you. I was only going one way.
Right.
Okay, that one way was athletics. And that's what, up until, I guess, most recently, arguably, NASCAR fits in the sports theme of things, right? But I guess my question would be, what's the horizon as Alan George sees it? I mean, do you see yourself getting back more into, quote-unquote, traditional, whether it be student athletics, or have you ever had any inklings of wanting to get into, for example, professional sports?
I mean, I'm extremely happy where I am now and what I'm doing. I couldn't picture myself doing anything else right now.
Awesome.
And I have no aspirations to make it to the pro level, eventually work in the pro ranks. I have no aspirations to get back to the college ranks. If it happens, it's going to happen. I never saw myself in this position right now
Right in the 2 shots on
That's
the
right.
barrel.
Never thought you'd make it here, did
You
you?
know what? Peaked right here. Everything else after this is just house money. But no, I mean, it just goes back to living in the moment. I'm extremely happy right now. I've got great work-life balance. I've got a great, environment in which I'm working with the collective and at the Speedway there in Nashville. Like I'm the happiest man in the world, and I get to enjoy college athletics and pro sports on my terms. You know, I get to enjoy being a family man and coming up to Lebanon here on the weekends whenever I want to. Right now, college football, they're in camp right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they started camp this past week. Vanderbilt's playing week 0 against Hawaii. They're 100 miles an hour. They're into it right now. It's the first time in 20 years I haven't been working in a camp deep into it. I get to play golf with my dad tomorrow.
Awesome.
Never did that on a Saturday during football season, at all. What happens next? I don't know. Pro sports, it's very, very regimented, as in like, here's your guidelines. You have to have media availability on these dates and these times and these players talk, and it is a machine. Mm-hmm. I couldn't see myself ever doing it for a big city team like any team in New York or L.A. or Chicago or Houston. A market like a Tennessee or a Charlotte, much more manageable. I mean, it's just rabid once you get to the pro level. Just everything that you deal with day in, day out. Like at the college level, you have 36 programs, 26 programs, 15, 16 programs, and everyone has a different identity. At the pro level, you may be working with a football team where it's 53 players with 53 different agendas, and it may be a contract year for someone, or it may be a rookie trying to, find their way there. Like you have to have 53 different approaches to what you're doing, and that's just for the athletes, not to mention the coaches and the program and the organization and everything that's being sent down from the NFL and the Shield. I mean, when you pull the curtain back, people just watch the games and they see a 3-hour game, and then they go back to their lives. It is 24/7, not only for pro sports, but whether it's Middle Tennessee State or Troy or Notre Dame or any of the Ivy League schools. These people are working around the clock. Strength and conditioning, compliance, academic services, communications. Everyone is going not just 100 miles an hour, like they say 120 miles an hour around the clock to make those game days happen.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's take one more quick break, come back and wrap things up with Alan. We got to talk about his baby girl sometime.
We do.
Yeah, have to.
It's an important part of who
Absolutely.
Alan is now. Let's give a go ahead, Alan.
How are we going to work in my baby girl and Cuba in the same segment?
Yes, we have to.
We can figure it out.
We have to.
We can figure it out. We're going to give a shout out to some buddies from up in the Hoosier State that we had an opportunity to run across. Consider really dear friends. We encourage you to check out their podcast, and they do the same for us. I wonder if they're going to come to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival
They better.
this year.
They better.
We hope that happens, but stick around. We got more 2 shots on the way.
Are you looking for a clean, fun podcast that you can relate to? Well, we've got it for you. Cross the Line. The 1524 originates out of Indiana. Former high school rivals, now our buddies sitting around a speakeasy bar, talking about common day events, common things. We keep it light, they keep it easy. It's a good time. Check out Cross the Line. 1524. You can find it on all the podcast apps and players. You can also check them out at crosstheline1524.com or check them out on Facebook, Cross the Line 1524.
All right, Cross the Lines 1520. Alan Singer, man, he's a good dude doing good things up in the Hoosier State, which we won't hold against him too much.
We love you, boy.
All right, so back with Alan George. This has been a good show. I've really enjoyed this show. A couple things we got to hit on. One of which you're now a family man, right?
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? Beautiful wife.
Thank you.
Beautiful daughter. how do you fit in everything? How do you balance all that?
So I met my wife at Notre Dame. We both worked in college athletics. And I moved out to Stanford, and she moved to Charlottesville, Virginia, to work at UVA because we didn't have enough distance between us.
Right.
You know, we had to be even more long distance there. But she went to school at Hobart and William Smith, which I refer to as with Center College being the Harvard of the South, Hobart and William Smith is the center of upstate New York. Incredible woman, she's a rock. She's a corporate event planner. She is like to the T. She can plan it. She can make it happen. If anyone can crack the whip on Dennis George, it is her. Like she has him on a leash.
Just another reason to love Lee.
She's the best.
Yeah, we have a 5-year-old daughter, Andy, named Anderson after my mom's maiden name there.
I like that.
She's my pride and joy. Middle name is Bird, B-U-R-D. So I got a birdie. And Lee's last name is Bogensberger. She's from, her family's from Austria, Bogensberger. So I got a bogey and I got a birdie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well planned.
She said she was going to change her last name when we got married. And 8 years later, she may be the only Lee Bogensberger in the world right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I knew that. So your in-laws are from Austria.
So Lee's biological father is from Austria.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
We got married in our hometown, Essex, Connecticut. The year before our wedding, as Southern tradition, we buried a bottle of Maker's Mark in the wedding venue. You dig a hole, you bury it upside down. And if you do that, you're supposed to have phenomenal weather for your wedding.
Awesome.
It was the rainiest day of the whole summer, June 20th. It rained and rained and rained. About 2 a.m, we remember, we're like, oh, we buried that bottle of bourbon at the wedding venue last year. Let's go back and get it. And so a lot of us, we left the bar. I mean, quintessential New England town, no cars. We go right downtown. It's right on the water. We somehow find a stick or a shovel. We dig up the bottle of bourbon, and we just pull on it, Maker's Mark, pull on it throughout the whole night, and we still have a little bit left in that bottle. And every time I go back to Connecticut and stay with the in-laws, I'll take a little sip of that just to remember our wedding night. But it's Southern tradition because if it's a great day, you dig it up and you drink it and you celebrate it. If it's the rainiest day on record for that summer, then, you're like, hey, we need some bourbon to get this party going. So that's why Southern traditions are very, very important in the George household now.
That's awesome.
We had a couple of things that we had to get to. We teased the idea of Cuba, and we've talked about the family man, Andy. So I'm going to try to put these two together. We talked about you've got just enough of Dennis to create this, as Jeremy might say, scoundrel side of you.
Scoundrel.
You've got a perfect amount of your mom to create this eloquence, this guy that can talk to anyone. Okay, let me see how am I going to do this. There was rumored the scoundrel came out one time when you were, I believe, were in Mexico, and this was in a day and time that folks didn't go to Cuba, and somehow you decided I'm going to go to Cuba, and fortunately you're living in Mexico. You are a proud Lebanese heritage, so the skin was more
helpful,
representative of the folks there in Cuba. So you were able to kind of somehow not get killed.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to Cuba. I told my host mom, I said, I'm going to go to Cuba. And she's like, no. I said, sí.
Imagine.
By the way, they called me Jorge down there. Everyone in Mexico called me Jorge. I get back to school, everybody calls me Jorge there.
That's awesome.
And so she's like, Jorge, no. I was like, yes. I want to do it. And so she drove me to the airport, and they told me, they said, there's going to be a guy outside the Cancun airport, and you just go up to him, and you can buy a ticket to Cuba. And that's exactly what I did. A guy just standing, I mean, I can see him today, just unassuming, and you see him, and you're like, that's the guy with the tickets to Cuba right there. And so I go up to him, pull out the cash, pay him, he gives me a ticket, go in the airport, get on the plane. I mean, it's maybe like a 45-minute flight from Cancun to Cuba. And we're on our descent, and I think to myself, I have no idea what I'm going to do when I land in Cuba.
Oh, my gosh.
No idea. And it's, 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and getting off the plane, and I see someone who kind of knows what they're doing. They're kind of beelining towards baggage claim. I was like, hey, do you know how I can get to the city and get a room? He's like, oh, yeah, come with me. I'm like, sweet. And so follow him. We get out to the parking lot, and he's in this like brand new Mercedes, and he opens the trunk to put my bag in there, and it's like loaded with brand new laptops. And I'm like, all right, like, oh boy, this guy's up to something. And for the next probably 3 hours, he takes me from house to house to house, knocking on the door saying, can this gringo stay with you? No. Can this gringo stay with you? No. And it's probably like 10 o'clock at night now, and I'm like, what am I going to do? And he drops me off at a house. He says, knock on the door. This family will take care of you. And I'm thinking, well, it's either like this or nothing, like, whatever. Knock on the door. Family takes me in. I'm like, thank goodness. It's pitch dark. Go upstairs, go to sleep, wake up the next morning. I'm on the beach in downtown Havana in the most beautiful home, the most beautiful setting. I have an incredible time in Cuba. Like it is the most incredible place on earth, the most like diverse culture. The people are just so happy to be there. But I'm like, all right, I'm here. I got to get some cigars for my dad. And so I buy a box of Cohibas, just the nicest ones that I can get. Come back to the airport, come back to Mexico, and they're like, where's your passport? Like, there's no record of you leaving our country. Like, where have you been? And so, I'm kind of trying to slide some pesos over, slide it all over, taught my way into Cuba, taught my way back into Mexico. Now I got to figure out how to get these cigars into the U.S. Well, I used a box of women's hygiene products. I took the products out and I put the cigars in. I put that bag in the bag of a classmate of mine who I was studying with down there in Mexico. And which, by the way, when I got back to Mexico, I go to class the next day, and they're like, Jorge, where you been for the last few days? I was like, oh, I went to Cuba. They're like, no, seriously, where you been? I was like, I was in Cuba.
Awesome.
Come back to the U.S., get the cigars through customs. Again, customs is like, there's no stamp on your passport of when you left Mexico and came back in. Somehow taught my way back into the U.S., which, by the way, probably prefaced why I've been able to sneak into the winter circle at the Derby.
That's right.
Winning locker rooms. I mean, we've like if you think that you should fit in and you can talk your way through it, just go. Like, you belong there. So get to the U.S., Christmas, wrap up the cigars, give them to my dad. He opens them up. He's like, oh, my goodness, like, where'd you get these? I was like, I got them in Cuba. He's like, no, seriously, where'd you get them? I was like, I got them in Cuba. And I look over, and my mom is just like, oh, my goodness. Like, she was so distraught. Like, the one thing I didn't want you to do was go to Cuba. And you went to Cuba. I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm here. We're good. And that's how Dennis got his first box of Cohibas.
Nice.
So we got to wrap this up. You guys got a special dinner over at Rosewood, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
And so we know you guys got to go, but I got to wrap this up in a ball. So that is the scoundrel side of Alan George.
Told you.
Not that I named you a scoundrel.
It
was completely on Jeremy.
That's absolutely the truth.
You got to. We talked about Andy, 5 years old, going to be starting school. We talked about you've got enough of your mom to hope. You for God's sakes, you're not living in Cuba. You just visited Cuba. I
want Andy to know you can go anywhere you want in the world. You can do anything you want. You can walk into any locker room, any winner's circle. You have enough Dennis in you and enough Janet in you.
That's right.
And enough Alan and Lee. You can go off and do whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want.
No limits.
That's it, man. I can't end it any better than that.
We love you, Alan.
Love y'all. Thank y'all for having me on here, man. It's awesome to be back home and to share this time with y'all. And I think of you all every day, and the people listening, I think about you all every single day as well. No matter where I am in the world or in the country, no matter what I'm doing, like I think about the formative years of my life, and they're still my formative years. Like I still come back, and it still has an impact on what I do every day. So thank y'all for being a part of my life. I appreciate it.
So we got some people out here that have no idea who you were before the show, but they're intrigued with who you are. And where can they find you on the web? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Facebook? Where are you?
I have no digital footprint
Really?
at all, because if someone looks me up, I mean, they may figure out like, hey, this guy shouldn't even be in the country right now. He should
That dude.
he should still be in Cuba.
I remember that guy in middle school on that bus. Yeah, we can't do that.
Hey, do not look at I3Putt on Instagram.
Okay.
Do not.
Do not look at I3Putt
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Shout out to St. Augustine bunch. You guys were, tell you, a treat to coach. I got to tell you, each kid on that team, even Jay Grundy, was unique and special in their own way.
Even Jay Grundy.
And he has been on the podcast as well, by the way. You can listen to his podcast.
We have, actually. Yes. Jay Grundy has been on the show. Yes.
Former councilman Jay Grundy.
That's right.
The distinguished.
Yeah. Brother, is Jeremy paying tonight, by the way?
Absolutely, man.
All right.
Straight cash, homie.
Hey,
Straight
listen,
cash.
Best they got on the menu at Rosewood tonight.
That's right.
He deserves the best.
He does.
Yeah. Brother, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure's all mine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Keep doing good things.
We will. We'll all do it together, man. We're all going to have fun together. And I mean, I tell people this all the time, like our best memories are still ahead of us.
Yeah.
And so it's great to talk about the past. It's great to talk about things we've all done, but our best memories are still ahead of us.
Start sending those NASCAR drivers to 2 shots. We got a studio right here waiting for them.
I got you.
All right.
Yeah. All right, don't forget Kentucky Bourbon Festival coming up September 15th through the 17th. KYBourbonFestival.com. That is your place to go get some limited tickets for an outstanding event, really showcasing Kentucky's native spirit here in the Bluegrass State. For J-Bo, I'm Jimbo. Alan George, man, great dude. Hope you enjoy the show. Make sure you get out there and review the show. Give us some 5 stars. That's what we love. All right. Until next time, I'm Jimbo.
J-Bo.
All right. Peace out on 2 Shots.